What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. Bye, singing dog. Bye, goal.
I pronounce you...
Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning to everyone on this lovely, dreary, yucky Friday morning. This is another edition of Sim's Chat Corner, and today I'm very fortunate to have Robyn Levy of Dining Out New Jersey, as well as Dining Out with the Manzos web series. So without further ado, let's put her on the line and see what she's got to say. Good morning, Robyn.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, Robyn. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I feel like we've been trying to do this for 6 months or something like that.
It's been about that long. I know. It's crazy.
It really
how
has.
Time flies.
It is. It's amazing how when you get 2 business women together and they always have stuff going on, that it just seems inevitable that somewhere down the line both of us will be free. So I'm very, very excited that you're on the show.
It's insane. And today it's like a monster storm here in New Jersey. It's crazy.
Oh,
like
no, really?
The rain is coming down sideways. It's amazing. So good thing I got on the cell phone, so this way the
Oh, my God. Oh, goodness. Well, hopefully nothing will interact with this. I hope not, because I did an interview with Nora of the Mob Wives, and it was just insane because there was a hurricane going on, and I'm thinking we're going to get interrupted 50 times. Fortunately, we squeezed the interview in before it got really bad. So I'm really
okay. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Certain.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, no, not at all, actually. I wanted to say you've established yourself as quite the entrepreneur in just a plethora of different areas. I wanted to kind of initiate the interview in asking how you established yourself career-wise.
Well, many years ago, about 10 years ago, I got hired for a sales position for Dining Out magazine. And I built quite a relationship on the corporate level and also the local markets with the restaurants and different businesses. And then the gentleman that hired me, he was running a small advertising agency. And my father also owns an ad agency. So I always kind of had that brain in marketing, and so I got intertwined into both. I was dealing with Dining Out, and I was also dealing with the ad agency side of things. And then I became VP of that advertising agency, which is called Hero Media Group. And then and I still was in touch doing work with Dining Out, but not on an everyday basis. And then I decided after growing so far with Hero and becoming the VP of that company and running an office overseas in Manila, and I was just really, really busy, but I felt like I had just capped off, so it was time for me to move on and do my own thing. So I decided to own the franchise of Dining Out magazine in New Jersey.
Okay.
And then, that's DBA I do for Dining Out, but my parent company is called Velocity One Media. And under that, I changed a lot in the local market, so that's when I decided to do Dining Out with the Manzos with Albie and Chris Manzo from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, I've been making a lot of changes. I've actually only owned and operated the magazine for a year and a half, so a lot of changes have come to the magazine since I've taken it over.
Okay.
And I built a very strong relationship. Actually, the relationship started on the housewife side of things when I did an interview and a photo shoot at Jacqueline Larita's house for Blackwater. And I had such a great rapport with everyone that one thing led into another, and then Albie and I were talking about doing different things and, interviewing chefs at different restaurants, and then that's what kind of spins into Dining Out the Manzos, which has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed working with them. They're great guys. They're very mature for their age, and they actually just they're opening a new restaurant in Hoboken in like a month.
Ah, okay. I've gotcha. I am curious to ask this. Was your family an integral part in establishing your career aspirations?
I would say absolutely, yeah. My dad I'm definitely a mix of both my parents. My mom is a second grade teacher, and I have a love for children very much. I used to do a lot of work with children that had disabilities, and I thought maybe that was something I wanted to do, you know, on an everyday basis. And then my dad on the other side of the spectrum is into marketing and branding, and he's owned his own advertising agency called Graphics 55 for 37 years. So I'm definitely a mix of the two. It's probably a 50-50 split. And
I gotcha.
If it weren't for them, I wouldn't definitely not be where I am today. They've been wonderful, and they've advised me, and I still go to them. And they come to me now after all the experience that I've had. They actually sometimes come to me and look to me for advice, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that is very cool.
Yeah, I have a great relationship with them. I love them dearly, and I also have a sister who is my best friend, and we call each other soul sisters. And we've been that way, and we're pretty much twins. She's the older one, but you know, we're very close. I have a very tight-knit family.
And I was going to ask about that in terms of, because I didn't know if you had siblings or not, or, you know, additionally, if they share a similar passion for what you do, or if, per se, your sister's in a different field, or that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're similar in, I guess you could say, people say that our smiles are the same and our mannerisms are the same, and we can read each other's minds without, you know, we don't have to speak, and we know what each other are thinking. But she is an event planner at the Hilton in New Jersey. She's been in corporate events for maybe 12 years it is, and she's amazing. She also she does very large corporate celebrity events, so I guess on that aspect there are some similarities. She's amazing at what she does, and you know, as far as our personal lives, we're very, very similar in that, as far as our love for people, and also I didn't really know I was going to go here with it, but our lifestyle in that we both are lesbians.
Oh.
Yeah,
now, there's something I didn't know. A disclaimer on the morning show since Chat Corner. First time someone's actually revealed that. Holy man.
Holy cow. I know.
Absolutely.
Actually, I didn't think I was going to say that.
Hey, you know what? That's okay, though, because some people tell me I'm a good listener, so that's perfectly lovely. And you know what? That is lovely, because you really, you know, and to those in the listening audience who haven't seen what Robyn looks like or gotten a sense of her personality, you're just lovely. I mean, you are. The way you resonate, your personality is just amazing to me. You are a very astute businesswoman. You carry yourself very, very well. Very well.
Thank you very much. Most people from their first, when they first see me, that's not really usually their first thought, and people are usually surprised when I tell them that. You know, but I'm married, so I'm happily married. Yeah, I've been married since May. Yeah, May of 2012, so it's recent, but I've been with the same woman, Christina Flores, for the past 6 years.
I was going to say, and do you find, obviously I don't live in New Jersey, I'm in Wisconsin, so I'm curious to see, are people more responsive in terms of the gay community, or are you finding you still have the same adversity that most people do?
Well, you know, it stems from, it was hard, I think, growing up, because my sister came out before I did, and, you know, I come from such a loving family, but it was also hard on my family, so that I kind of put it on myself to take a role of, like, I put almost more pain on myself than society did, because I just wanted to make everybody happy. Sure. And I didn't want to tell my parents, because I just didn't want to hurt them. But as far as society is concerned, my focus was more on my family, but I guess you could say people respect me. I think it's more of the shock than anything else. I don't think that people really disrespect me, and I think things have changed, especially in like the tri-state area around New York. I mean, you'll find that probably more than you would in Wisconsin, you know, or at least people that are out and comfortable and things of that nature. I would say probably on the East Coast and West Coast you'll find that more than perhaps where you are.
Oh, certainly, definitely. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. That means a great deal to me.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely. I feel comfortable sharing it, and people should feel, you know, confident and that their families will respect and be there and support them, because that's really what people in this circumstance need, is love, just like any other person would want.
Oh, hands down, I agree with you 100%, definitely. I wanted to address now, as a New Jersey native, obviously, how did you personally determine that there was a need for your product in that area? How did you know that you should embark upon these ventures and they'd be successful in New Jersey?
Well, dining out has made a name for itself over the past 12 years. I've just put my own spin on it. I knew with the way the economy is, you have to think outside the box as far as marketing and advertising, and it needs to work because selling an advertisement in a magazine and strictly doing that at this point in this economy probably isn't going to do it. So that's why Dining Out and myself have tried to think outside the box and really market to restaurants and make it work for them. So we've had a magazine that's pretty well known around the country. I mean, we're in 13 other cities. Mm-hmm. But what I've done, also what the headquarters has done is partnered with TravelZoo.com, which is a global company who are in the U.S., Asia, and in Europe. So I handle exclusively the local market for New Jersey. And that's been fantastic because it gives an opportunity to market to subscribers that actually opt in and want to receive packages and deals to high-end, whether it be hotels or restaurants or spas. So we're dealing with the demographic that maybe can't afford to go to the Ritz-Carlton and spend $600 a night, but can go and spend $300 a night. So
gotcha.
My magazine is on the higher end of demographic field, but I feel as though I also cater to not just the five-star restaurants and people that, not everyone can afford to spend $300 on a dinner, even on a Friday or Saturday night. So TravelZoo has allowed us to send out packages and deals to our 250,000 subscribers, and that's been very beneficial. And we've been able to really come up with a campaign along with what I did with Dining Out Manzos, which really helped the exposure of the magazine and the restaurant. Now, soon I'm partnering with News 12, which is really exciting, and I hope that does just the same and even more because their reach in New Jersey is over 1.8 million homes. So I'm really excited about that.
Wow. That is absolutely awesome. Terrific. I wanted to touch on that actually. Let's start with your publication, obviously. Dining Out New Jersey was created in 1998. And for those of you who don't know, it kind of serves as a guide to the restaurant scene, is inclusive of items such as food recipes and chef biographies, if I could speak this morning. Do you think you might be branching out in regards to the focus of this publication somewhere down the line?
Yeah, I would love to. I think that, I guess it's also, I think, my personality. I think there's so many things I want to do, to be honest, not even just with this particular publication, but my goals and aspirations and my dreams in life. I'm very much of an entrepreneur, and I'm constantly coming up with different ideas. It's kind of about the balance of work and family and building a life and not having it all revolve around work.
Right.
But I see myself doing a lot more. Can I say that it's going to just exist within Dining Out? No, but I definitely foresee a Robyn Levy empire in my future. I just have to figure out how many paths I want to take because I'm also looking to start a family and have a baby soon. So it's kind of like, yeah. So I mean, it's a good question. I don't truthfully know exactly how to answer that because I am juggling so many things right now. But I do foresee a lot of growth within Dining Out, even on the online side and on the corporate level. But in the same token, there are many other things that I foresee in my future. So it's about the balance, I guess. And I'm still working on the balance because I work so much, and trying to get pregnant is also a challenge at the same time.
Oh, certainly so. And then I guess I would have to ask the inevitable question, which is, do you find that it has some form of an impact relationship-wise as it relates to your marriage and your personal relationships?
As far as Dining Out, does it have an impact?
As far as just this plethora that you have going on, it would seem as though you're being pulled in 50 different directions, and I know I'm the same way. That's why I wonder, does this have a compounded impact somehow?
I think it's really great. One of the cool things about what it is that I do, it's a social environment, so I'm able to share that with my friends and family and wife. So it's it's nice because I go to events, and even though I'm networking, I'm working constantly. That's part of what I do. I get to share that with the people that I love. So it works. I wouldn't say that it's a problem. It's about me not allowing it to become a problem.
Gotcha.
And that's why. So I would say for the most part, I balance it pretty well.
Okay. Do we have any plans for maybe a secondary publication somewhere down the road?
That may happen. I've discussed the potential to start dining out in New York. At this point, with all that I have going on, I would probably wait, I would say another year before there's any other publication, but I'm always looking into new ventures, whether it be magazine, dining, or something totally outside the box.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, I know that we started to touch on this earlier, which is, of course, your dining out with the Manzos, which is obviously you incorporate a business and a personal relationship with the Manzo brothers, of course, with Real Housewives of New Jersey. I wanted to start by maybe discussing the formulation of your relationship on a personal level. How did you get incorporated with the Manzos?
Well, okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I did that photo shoot, and we did quite a spread it was about a year and a half ago. We did a spread for BLK, and that involved Caroline Manzo and her sons, Albie and Chris, Jacqueline, and her husband. And it stemmed from that. And then I had a dining out event party, like a red carpet event, and I showcased their black water and their Lavendi and their products, and then they showed up, and I did an interview with them, and it kind of started, I guess, from work and just marketing their products, and then the relationship formed, I think, mainly with Albie. We just had like a natural connection, and we were always talking on the phone, and, what can we do to help each other and work together, and blah, 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 So it stemmed, I think, from a lot of just phone conversations, and then I started talking. So then what I did was I filmed, I built a relationship with Kathy Wakili because Albie introduced me to Kathy, and then I did an additional spread on her with her Red Velvet Cosmopolitan. And so I did that, and then I went over to her house and I cooked in the kitchen with her. So you can find that on YouTube, called Cooking in the Kitchen with Kathy. Mm-hmm. And what I did was, there's like 3 parts, like three segments, and we cooked for, I don't know, probably 6 hours, and it was the first time I actually had ever met Kathy, and we were cooking together, promoting her small plates, that she's a wonderful cook, and then promoting her Red Velvet, and then we filmed that. So then Albie saw that, and then we started to know what we could do regarding filming something together and going to different restaurants. And so I kind of took the lead in producing the show, and then I hired a film crew to, manage that, and I was very heavily involved with the editing process. Previous to working with Dining Out, I was a video editor for a production company. So I have that that's part of my background. So I'm very familiar with the editing process. So I was heavily involved with that. And then we became very close friends very quickly, and there's a lot of sarcasm that was involved in Dining Out with Manzos. We bust each other's,
Bust each other's balls, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I could say that, but yeah, we definitely did. And the funny thing was, actually, when I was talking to Albie and Chris at one of the restaurants. It was probably like our 4th or 5th restaurant that we were filming with, and they always saw that I had an engagement ring on. And they was I married at that time? I think I was married. But anyway, so they would look at my ring, and they were like, who is this person? Like, you don't talk about the person. Like, why don't you talk about the person? Like, do you hate this man? Do you not really love him? And then this is just before we started filming, and they were getting everything set up, and I said, no, I'm married to, I was married. I'm married to a woman. And they were like, no way, you're lying. You have to be lying. There's no possible way. It was really funny. I mean, it was hilarious. And since then, and then all of these shows that followed that had a lot to do with me being a lesbian. And there was a lot of, like, hidden little digs and all that kind of stuff. If you watch Dining Out the Manzos, you'll see them poke at that a lot.
Definitely. And now, for the audience that doesn't know this, the initiation of Dining Out with the Manzos, how long has the series been on?
There are 11 shows currently, and right now we're kind of in a place where it may or may not continue. We're so busy there with their new restaurant and me about to do News 12 and running the magazine. We kind of have to figure out when there's time. And then, of course, they also film for The Real Housewives.
Right.
So it's about timing is really what it comes down to. We had so much fun together, and I'm sure if it's not that, it will be something else. But I continue to speak with them on a normal basis, and I love them dearly. They're great. They're great people.
And I'm certainly curious because I know I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day because I, of course, am not from the area. The BLK line, how is that doing?
Great. It's fantastic. They're constantly traveling, around the country, back and forth to California, all over the place, and distributing and showcasing their product. And I think what they're doing is great, and they've put a lot of hard work and effort into it, and it's just nice to see that coming from the family that they do and understanding what hard work is, and they continue to do so with Blackwater and with Littletown, which hopefully I think Albie told me that they should be opening in December, but I don't know a set date or anything for that. So they're definitely, really busy little entrepreneurs themselves, so it's nice to see.
Certainly. And will BLK be available to all of us, let's say?
To everyone?
Yeah, like statewide, because as I understand it, I don't think we have the product here. At least I haven't seen it.
You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to say, why isn't BLK in Milwaukee?
Then you got to say, there you go. Then you got a girl who's got a radio show, get a little promo going. There you go. That's
totally.
what I'm saying.
I would love to. I'll definitely reach out to them and let them know. I don't know exactly. I don't know every state, but they are in, I know they're in like Quick Checks, and I don't want to say all the names of the stores.
Okay. But
hello?
Hello?
Ooh, that was weird.
Did we miss each other there somehow?
Yeah.
You're still on?
I'm sorry, that was weird. Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, that was so weird. Something just came up Google Play. I apologize for that.
Oh,
so
no.
I don't know all of the stores that they are in, but I know they're heavily involved in stores that are nationwide. So, something to mention, and I'll definitely reach out to them regarding your specific area. I would love to do that.
Oh, definitely so, and certainly anything that I can do in the way of promotion. We'd love to have new and interesting people on the show. I've never had the Manzos. I've tried to get the only Real Housewives I haven't gotten yet are the New Jersey ones. I've interviewed probably at least one or two out of every series, but those girls are just not giving it to me. I'm like, I don't know what I got to do to get girls on my show. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I love me some Kathy Wakili, and if there's one girl really I want, I'd really bypass all of them if I could just get Rosie. I love me some Rosie.
Oh, Rosie's the best. Rosie
oh my God,
is
yes.
a real. She's one of the most amazing people I know. I truly adore her, and she's become actually one of my closest friends out of everyone. I adore everyone, but we have a special bond, and she's great. And she met at my last. I also am involved with charity work, and I hosted an event with Kathy Wakili, and we were raising money for National Brain Tumor Society. Mm-hmm. So we raised a lot of money. It was fantastic, and that was, I think, our first meeting while Rosie and I was there, and then we kept going to different events together, and now she's become a great friend of mine. So, I mean, I would love to recommend that she speak with you. She's wonderful. She's hilarious.
Walk on. In fact, one of my questions to you was going to be, obviously, we in the viewing audience, I watch regularly, obviously, and you get one sense of who they are. So my question was, I'm just curious as to the figure behind the camera, basically. What's the real person like? Are we getting the real deal as it relates to what we watch on television?
The real Ro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. She is. Okay. She's very sweet, and she's very loving. And you all heard her on the finale, so she could get wild and crazy, but when it comes down to it, she's very loving and she always wants to do right by the people that she cares about and loves. And I've been out with her many times when her fans come up to her, and she's always with a smile. A lot of kids. She's very loving to children, and she's constantly taking photos with people and talking to them. I mean, she's great with everyone. So I have nothing at all bad to say about any of them, and definitely not Rosie.
Yeah, that's what, and that's why I found it funny. I'm like, when I get Robyn on that show, I'm going to let her know these Jersey girls aren't sending me any love here. Come on, I get the OC on here.
I'll definitely. I'm not the end all be all. It's not like they all listen to me, but I could absolutely recommend it, and I think that Rosie would be a great person for you to speak with because she's really sweet and
definitely.
She could definitely help out on the show.
She's great in terms of everything. I mean, I love her personality, the over-the-top, which I can relate to because I'm very over-the-top myself. I just feel badly. She has a lot of love to give from what I can see. She's just an amazing individual, camera-wise and otherwise from what I'm getting. And I'm kind of like, I feel kind of badly that she doesn't have a love in her life. She looks as though she deserves it. Kathy looks amazingly happy with her husband, and who doesn't love her husband, right?
He's a piece of work.
Absolutely, yes. So definitely so.
Yeah. It's all about love is really important, and she has a lot to give. So.
Oh, definitely. So certainly.
More on that. I don't want to say about her love life, but she's fantastic.
Well, and of course she went on the finale recently and just said she was single, and I felt kind of bad about that. I'm like, oh, that's sad. It really is.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's about finding the right person because you can't just be with anyone just to be with somebody,
Definitely not. No, I agree with you. So certainly, I suppose if I have to, I'll have to drive myself down to Jersey just to meet you people in person, and then I guess I kind of have no choice but to interview them. That would be a lovely endeavor.
Absolutely. Well, I'm having an event in December, so I can send you the invitation to that. And if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to.
More than welcome to. Yes, I would love that. I wanted to kind of explain to the audience, Dining Out with Manzos is a web series. It allows your viewers to kind of tour some of the best New Jersey restaurants, as well as I understand it, you were doing some alcohol sampling, as I recall.
Yes. Are you in regard to their products, you mean?
Well, I know that when I had researched it a little bit, there was some discussion about you having done some different types of alcohol sampling within the course of the series, or is that incorrect?
Not really. I mean, they have their own. We drank a lot of alcohol.
Oh, I bet so.
We did that. We were at each restaurant, whether it be that their restaurant was featuring, different beers or wines or special cocktail drinks. But for the most part, that's not really what the series was about. It was really about the focus on their food and the best that they have to offer, and the chefs in the background, and whether the restaurants offer entertainment, what their nightlife is, their hours of operation, and we just had a fun time doing it is really what it was based on. It really didn't have much to do with liquor, and we didn't do a lot of product placement or anything like that.
I gotcha. I wanted to ask, personally, have you found that this particular series is a successful journey to date, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. It's led me also into a lot of other things, and I've built relationships. There's nothing in my life that I've ever done that I didn't take it and say, I can learn from this, or this is going to turn into something else that's good or something else that's positive. Everything I do in my life, which I think most people should, even if there was even heartache in it, not that this has anything to do with heartache, but, you can always take what you did and learn from it and move on to better things or different things. And I've been able to meet so many different people just through this and had a great opportunity, and it definitely was successful. And we've made a lot of press from that. It's in every local newspaper and from the Star Ledger, NJ.com, Bergen.com. They all partake in, because they are part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. That has definitely, branched out to not even just New Jersey viewers. We had viewers just like you would on your radio show all over the country. So I take everything that I do. I appreciate it, and even if it wasn't the most successful thing, that doesn't mean that it hasn't helped me do more other successful things. So I'm very pleased with what we did, and I couldn't be more grateful that they chose to also do it with me.
Certainly. I'm wondering if, indeed, you continue to have the web series, might you ever consider the addition or maybe co-hosting additional reality-type show stars?
Oh, yeah. We actually have discussed that many times, bringing other people into the mix And, it would be fantastic to do that. I foresee that even with, News 12, there might be potential to bring some other people in to, help promote the series. I mean, News 12 is very well known, so it's not as though people aren't aware of the channel News 12 in this area anyway. But with that, I've discussed that, with the producers as well, doing something along those lines of bringing a celebrity, host, for different segments depending on where we are and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm all for it. Yeah, I like to work with people and listen to what their ideas are as well. It's not always, my opinion isn't always the best in my decision. I like to work with people. I like to work in a team. I like to hear what other people have to say too, because I think that's how you learn.
Certainly. I would agree with you hands down. Do you feel that in some way this series has allotted any future business prospects as it relates to the Manzos? Has anything branched out for them?
Yeah, I mean, people have realized, I guess it's more about, it's more like the association, I guess, because, New Jersey, it's like its own country it's turned into, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know this person, you know that person. And I'm all about networking and relationship building. So I would say that yes, not even intentionally. I guess, like, it's just kind of, the housewives, or people say things like that. But that's not what the focus of my business is, because previous to knowing the housewives, Dining Out is very well known, and it's a very upscale, savvy magazine that most of New Jersey and other people around the country, because we are in many other states, know about. So I would say that it's definitely helped me, not even really realizing it. Like, oh, you network, like I'll talk to a doctor, and then they'll be advertising, and then they're like, oh, well, maybe, you could talk to this person because you know that person. It happens all the time. But that's because it's New Jersey, and everybody knows everybody.
Gotcha. No, I see.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious about this because it's a new opportunity for you, which you started to talk about, which is the new series on News 12, which is going to be Dining Out with News 12 New Jersey. Maybe you could provide for us further details as far as when it's starting, what the show content will entail.
Yeah, sure. The truth is, I don't know the exact date that it's going to air. We are supposed to start filming the beginning of 2013, which I'm very excited about. And the concept of the show is really me going to different restaurants all over New Jersey, from northern to central New Jersey, and cooking in the kitchen with the chef, and probably preparing 1 to 2 meals, 2 dishes, and while doing that, also interacting and really partaking in the experience in cooking and getting my hands dirty. And I guess my way, as far as personality, is it's definitely not on the drier side of things. So I like to bring humor and make it fun for the viewer. So it's not even just about cooking; it's about an experience. And I want people to feel like, oh, this is not only did they learn something, either that they could cook at home, and or go to the restaurant and do, but they're also really having fun watching, and they're being entertained at the same time. And the show will, the segment, I should say, will also, entail talking about what the restaurant/lounge or wherever it is that we are, pizzeria, if I might be flipping a pizza and letting that land on my head, it'll go from anywhere from the pizzeria to the 5-star restaurant, and then showcase what it is that each establishment has to offer.
Wonderful.
And that will also live on, from my understanding is they're building a section on their website called Dining Out with News 12 New Jersey. So each segment will live on the website forever. So that's something that each restaurant can embed into their own website and utilize, to drive in business on their own, whether it's social media or their website.
Now, might I inquire, how did the opportunity get presented to you to do this endeavor?
Well, good question. One of the head producers at News 12 I've known for a very, very long time, and she actually is very good friends with my sister. They went to college together at Rutgers. And, so they've been friends for very long. She's a doll. She's one of the sweetest women in the world. And so she saw what I was, here you go. She saw what I was doing with Dining Out with the Manzos, and she loves the magazine. So I went out with her and the CEO of News 12 out to dinner, and we talked about different opportunities, and we hit it off. We had an amazing dinner, and it was a casual, amazing dinner, too. It wasn't about me really selling myself, I guess. It was more about just what it is I do, and personality, I guess, kind of came through, and it was very natural, and so the opportunity, arose, and then we did a pilot, and they loved it, and they said, I haven't seen it, so I don't even know what it looks like, but they said it looks great, and it's kind of just taken off from there, so I'm really excited to work with them, and, this will then lead into something else, so that's kind of just the way it works. I'm really excited about that and also very thankful for the opportunity.
That is absolutely wonderful, my goodness. And then to top it all off, you have now taken your relationship with both Heather and Cliff Robinson, Heather being married to Cliff Robinson, who's a former NBA player, in attempting to raise money for the worthy cause of Toys for Tots. Can I ask, how was said fundraiser brought to fruition? How did this come about?
Well, I work closely with, many restaurants. So I try to host as many events as possible to bring people together, to promote dining out, and also to try to, raise awareness and or money, and for this matter, Toys for Tots, toys. But I always, I'm in business to help. I've always believed in helping people. That's part of who I am. So it's one of those things that you can't change about somebody when it's just more innate. So with that, the fact that I am able to have these grandiose red carpet events with some celebrities and that, draw in people to this event, I'm able to help different charities. And I met Heather and Cliff Robinson from the last event that I hosted with Kathy Wakili because they're very good friends. So that's how that relationship started. And Heather Robinson and Cliff Robinson, have an organization which helps many different charities and also entails working with celebrities to drive in, more donations and so on and so forth. So they're a wonderful couple. Heather's a sweetheart, and I feel, again, lucky and thankful that I can work with them. And they always want to do the best for people constantly. I mean, if you were to look up the RobinsonNetwork.org, they're revamping their site, I think, right now. But they're all about helping. And then they also have another website called, I don't want to say the wrong thing, Love, Charity, and Basketball. It's it's those three words, but I don't know if I said them in the right order.
No,
so, he's, as you mentioned, a former NBA star, so he has a great network of people that he works with, and they're always just trying to help raise awareness for good causes, so it's nice to network with people like that. And the more of us that do it, the more we can help, so I'm really excited about this event and helping, and I love children very much so it's nice to, around the holidays, work with Toys for Tots. And then the Marines come, and then they pick up all the toys, and hopefully many families that didn't have the opportunity to give their children a toy for the holidays now will.
Gotcha. And the event is taking place when?
The event is on December 7th. It's a private event by invitation only. So, but it's something I would love to open it to the public. It's just that it would be an overflood of people, and the location can't handle that many people. So the event will be approximately 200 people.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, I must have forgot my invitation in the mail here because I haven't seen mine as of yet.
They're going out this week.
Well, look at that.
So
There's
really,
still time for that.
Yeah, well, now that people know.
Yes, now that everyone has been told on the radio, of course. Yeah,
right,
but I'm always thinking about charity myself. So I always love to get new and interesting invitations to all sorts of different places because, charity as it relates to the children is ostensibly amazingly good charity. I would agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything we as audience members can actually do to assist in the event or some way that we can help out?
Well, I mean, I would say that donations to Toys for Tots would be great, through the RobinsonNetwork.org organization would be fantastic. If people are interested in donating a toy, they can also email Dining Out directly at New Jersey at diningout.com. So it's spelled out New Jersey at diningout.com, and they can email us if they're interested in sending toys directly to the event. We can absolutely do that, and then we can put a thank you list together from Dining Out to those people that want to help for Toys for Tots. And I'm more than happy to accept those toys and help the children. So, and the more the merrier.
I gotcha. Okay, now I wanted to touch on this a little bit. Now, if anyone who is in the listening audience wishes at some point to maybe send over to you magazine suggestions or submissions or just something that you might not know about, how might they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the same, I guess, the email is a great form of communication these days, so I would suggest emailing any information to the same address. This way, all of the people that work with New Jersey Dining Out can partake and read through those emails. So again, it's newjersey@diningout.com. So if there are any submissions, people interested in advertising, different editorial pieces, I'm more than, open to discussing that with anybody that's interested in talking to us about it.
Now, might there be opportunities for the average individual to actually meet you in person? Let's say someone listens to you and thinks, I got to meet that Robyn Levy. How can they do that?
I would love to meet them. Absolutely, yeah. But are they going to fly from Milwaukee, or are they going to be in New Jersey?
I think Cindy Mich should be the only one flying from Milwaukee to come and see Robyn Levy.
That's fair. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I travel often, but I live in New Jersey, so if anybody's actually, people can also follow us on Facebook. It's Dining Out NJ is the hashtag also for Twitter. So Dining Out NJ. I mean, communication through social media and email is definitely the best way to reach out. And anybody that's in New Jersey that wants to hang out with Dining Out magazine is more than welcome to. It just needs to be contacted.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, my final question to you is, maybe can you elaborate for us as to both your personal and professional goals as it relates to the future?
Yeah, my goals. Oh, how I have so many goals. I would, as far as that's actually one of my main focuses right now, because right now my goals are to really build up the magazine and focus on that, just specifically Dining Out New Jersey over the course of the next year and a half, and really build that to the point where I can take myself more out of that and build other business for Velocity One Media, which entails production on the production side of things, more video. That's something I'm very interested in, even hosting different shows, as we were discussing before, allow myself time to, I like being behind the camera and in front of the camera, so I love all aspects of that. So that's something I hope to, work towards, and hopefully this News 12 thing will lead into something else. So those are kind of, I guess, my short-term goals as far as, business is concerned. And as far as my, I'm looking forward to growing my family and having a baby, and I can't wait to have a baby because I think of it every day, and that's something that I'm super excited to do, and I can't wait. It's something that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid, and now I'm feeling it like I'm ready to be a mom. It's time.
Oh, certainly.
So
definitely.
that's my goal for that, and then at least 2 kids. 3 is probably my limit.
I gotcha. That's perfectly
so I'm
fine.
excited.
That's amazing. Now, before I forget, I'm going to throw out all these different addresses and ways for people to stay in contact social media-wise. Robyn Levy, of course, has a Facebook page herself, which is ROBYN, last name Levy, Levy. Your Twitter handle is Dining Out NJ, which stands, of course, Dining Out New Jersey. There's also a Twitter, which is DO with the Manzos, which is the series Dining Out with the Manzos Twitter handle. You have a Facebook page for that, additionally, which is Dining Out with the Manzos. And, of course, on YouTube, we have the Dining Out with the Manzos. Have I forgotten anything?
That is correct. And also, you can go, I also have a Dining Out New Jersey YouTube channel, which showcases the work that I've done with Kathy Wakili, so you can check that out. It's just Dining Out New Jersey for YouTube. And then also for Facebook, it's Dining Out NJ.
Okay, got it. Wonderful.
Social media everywhere.
I must say to you, I cannot possibly tell you how delightful I find you to be. I think you are eclectic. I think you're amazing. I think you're beautiful. I think you're talented. I think your wife is very, very lucky. I'm very impressed. I'm hoping that the audience is getting the same feel for you. I am hoping and crossing my fingers that every venture that you do is successful for you. I will be keeping an eye out for you. I will be very angry if you don't come back to my show when your next thing comes on.
I promise. You let me know when, and I'm here to chat. I'll keep you posted on my new ventures and my pregnancy. And I'm not pregnant yet, by the way, but hopefully soon.
Oh. Okay, but I'm thinking it might be before the end of the year. I'm crossing my fingers that things are going to go well for you because good things happen to good people. Definitely so. So certainly we want to have you back.
I appreciate your time, too.
Oh, definitely. We'll want to have you back again just so you can promote anything you would like on this show. You can do it at any point in time, certainly, and pass that along to your New Jersey friends so maybe I can be happy to say, Robyn Levy got me this person.
I have the link. I have the link, right? It'll go up on your blog, and I will definitely share that and tweet it out. And thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Anytime at all, my dear, whatsoever. You have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will be in touch with you in the near future.
Great, Cindy. Thanks for chatting. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Anytime. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to Robyn Levy's interview this morning. I wanted to reiterate again, on Facebook, Robyn Levy is her personal page. Her Facebook for the Manzos would be Dining Out with the Manzos. You can catch her web series on YouTube, which is D.O. with the Manzos. And for Twitter handles, we have Dining Out NJ, which is all one word. And then the Twitter handle for the Manzos being D.O. with the Manzos. Certainly any of you who are in the area that actually carry the product, which is the BLK product for the Manzos, certainly be sure to go ahead and check it out. Obviously, of course, get yourself a copy of Dining Out New Jersey if you're actually located there, because the magazine is just fascinating. I've seen a copy or two in my trip to New Jersey, and I have to say that it's very well done. I want to thank Robyn Levy for taking the time to actually come onto the show and listen to me and give us some new information about her ventures. I just find her to be absolutely amazing, and I really hope that she finds eminent success. I just wanted to mention two things before I go off the air. First of which, to those of you who live in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, who know me well enough to know, I shamelessly promote each and every one of my individual friends. So there's just two things coming up this weekend off the top of my head that I can think of. This evening, my soul sister and very best friend is going to be out at Saloon on Calhoun with Mr. Mich Cooper. That'll be happening somewhere after 9 o'clock this evening. So definitely, if you get a chance, go out there and check them out. Absolutely amazing musicians. Of course, she's my sister. I got to say that. But even if she wasn't my sister, I got to tell you, she's beautiful and she's talented. Get your ass out to Saloon on Calhoun. Secondly, my very dear friend, who happens to also be a band member of Audacious White Noise, Mr. Bill White, he will be out playing with his musical partner tomorrow evening at a bar called 106 Sea Booth. For those of you who are in the Milwaukee area, that's located right next door to the Screaming Tuna restaurant. I'd go down there and check them out tomorrow evening. If memory serves me right, 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Forgive me that I do not recall. But certainly, Bill White is on Facebook. Feel free to message him at any point in time. I'm certain he will answer you as it relates to his gigs. Finally, I want to just throw out just another appeasal and or begging as it relates to my particular fundraiser. My fundraiser for the Wisconsin Breast Cancer Coalition has very recently, the date has been changed to December 1st. Hence, we still have a little more work to do. I could probably use maybe one more vendor, just a few more volunteers, and my opera singer has now opted out due to time constraints and scheduling conflicts, so I am looking for one more array of talent. I'll give you all of my sources to try to get in contact with me, which is my personal email is CIN4251@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook page, which is Cindy, last name M-I-C-H. I am on Twitter, and the handle being at SANDB111. I also have the page on Blog Talk Radio, which is, of course, Cin's Chat Corner. You can leave me a message directly on there. And finally, if you go to Facebook at any point in time, you'll be able to find Cin's Chat Corner on there, and you can leave me a message as well. Certainly, I welcome any and all help, volunteers, in addition to which I could certainly use a few more silent auction or raffle items. Some of my celebrity friends have been kind enough to donate, but you can never have enough, certainly. And certainly word of mouth with the show and in the press will be coming soon, to which you can tell all of your friends. I'd certainly like to try to pack the house somewhere around 400 people. So anything you can do in that regard, I would greatly appreciate. Finally, I will be off the air this weekend. Of course, you know it's Sweetest Day weekend, so to any of you that are listening, please do not forget your partners. I know that men probably think it's some form of a Hallmark holiday, but sometimes those little Hallmark holidays that get just a few different moments of acknowledgement mean the world to your partner. So certainly, whether it means just a flower, some chocolate, if it means a nice card, if it means going to a nice dinner, trust me when I tell you that us women, and even men sometimes, you don't want to take that sort of thing for granted. Keep the love and the romance in your relationship alive. So everybody, no working all the way tomorrow for Sweetest Day. I'm hoping you all have a very nice weekend. My next show will be this upcoming Wednesday. And unless something should happen to fall through, we are going to be having Renee of the Mob Wife Chicago fame on the show. As you might have known a few weeks back, we tried to schedule something which ended up ultimately not working out timing-wise. So it looks good that this will be happening. But stay tuned. As I said, I'm on Facebook. Check out my personal page, or else on Sim's Chat Corner, I'll be putting a posting up as to who we have coming on the show. So, again, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening, of course. Again, thanks so much to Robyn Levy for the interview. And we'll be chatting on Wednesday. You all have yourselves a nice weekend and enjoy your Sweetest Day.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal.
I pronounce you.
By wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really? Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal.
I pronounce you.
By wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really? Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.